Good evening, teacher. My name is Stephanie Mosquera, and today I will explain tree diagrams, phrase structure rules, lexical rules, and movement rules. Firstly, I will start with the definition of the tree diagrams. A tree diagram is a visual tool that shows how a sentence is organized, breaking it down into its parts, such as noun and verb phrases, which help us understand its syntactical structure. Let's start with a simple sentence. In this case, we start with a simple sentence. For example, my brother runs. The complete sentence, the sentence, letter S, is made of two main parts. The main part is composed noun phrase, the subject plus verb phrase is the predicate. The noun phrase my brother, inside the noun phrase my is the terminer. My is the terminer. And the brother is a noun. Brother is a noun. He runs is a verb. Runs is a verb. These three show how the sentence is divided into smaller parts or constituents, and how each word plays a specific role in the sentence. In this case, we are going to do it with a complex sentence. For example, the girl is eating an apple. The sentence is made of two parts, noun phrase and verb phrase. Inside the noun phrase, the terminer is the and girl is a noun. The verb in this case is eating. Is eating is the verb phrase. And an apple is another noun phrase. In this case, the terminer is an, and the noun is an apple. These three show how we can break a longer sentence into small parts using tree diagrams. Each level tells us more about the functions of each word in the sentence. This is a complex sentence. Let's continue with the phrase structure rules. Phrase structure rules are grammatical rules that tell us how sentences are built. They show us how words combine to form phrases like noun phrases and verb phrases, and how those phrases come together to make a full sentence. The rules help describe the structure of sentence in a clear and organized way, using symbols and arrows. There are different structure rules. I choose only two most common ones. The rule number one, this means that a sentence is made up of a noun phrase, followed by a verb phrase, for example. In the first rule, the sentence is made up a noun phrase plus verb phrase. In the example, in this case, the verb sing. The noun phrase is the verb, and the verb phrase is sing. This is the first example. The second rule indicates that a verb phrase can be composed of the main verb, the noun phrase, direct object, and the part 3 is the prepositional phrase complement. For example, the second rule, the verb inside the noun phrase plus prepositional phrase. The example is found, the book, on the table, on the table. The verb is found, the noun phrase is the book. And finally, the prepositional phrase is on the table, on the table. This is an example of the rule number 2. I will use the previous sentence to demonstrate the rules in action. I remember the previous sentence was found, the book, on the table. The first rule is verb phrase, verb plus noun phrase plus prepositional phrase. Plus noun phrase plus prepositional phrase. In this case, the verb, the noun phrase, and the prepositional phrase. Was the verb found? Noun phrase is the book, and prepositional phrases on the table. Then the noun phrase, the structure is determiner plus noun. Determiner is the, and the noun is book. Number 3, the prepositional phrase is the preposition plus noun phrase. The preposition in this case is on, and the noun phrase, the table. In the structure, the noun phrase in preposition inside the determiner plus noun. Determiner is the, and the noun in this case is the table. This is the rules in action in this sentence. Let's start with the part 3, lexical rules. Lexical rules that explain how new words are formed or how existing words change their form or function in a sentence. They show how we can build or transform words in a language. These rules are especially useful in morphology, the study of the word structure. One important example of this is affixation, which involves adding parts like prefix or suffix to change a word's meaning or function. Let's start with example of a fixation. The first example of the suffix is powerful. The suffix is full, the meaning is full of or with. The word means is full of power or with power. The other example is smaller. The suffix is er, the meaning more when comparing two things. The word means is inferior or minor. The example or prefix is repeat, prefix is re, meaning back or again. The word means is to or something again. Review, the prefix is re, the meaning back or again. The word's mean is observe again. Other rule is compounding, combining two or more words to make a new word. For example, coffee plus cup is coffee cup. The green plus house, greenhouse. Other is brain plus storm, brainstorm. The other rule is conversion, changing the parts of speech of a word without changing its form. For example, to email is a verb, an email change a noun. To round is a verb, a round changing a noun. The word play can function as a verb or a noun depending on the context. For example, the children play soccer after school. In this sentence, play is a verb because describe what the children do. Other example, we saw a play at the theater. In this case, place is a noun because it refers to a play. On the other part, the part 4, the topic is movement rules. These are grammatical transformations that more words or phrases within a sentence without changing its basic meaning. They are used to ask questions from the passive voice, highlight information, and use negative interrogative structures. I choose two rules. The first one is topicalization. In this case, the original sentence, she read the book last night. Changing or transforming, the book she read last night. In this case, the object, the book, is placed at the beginning of the sentence to emphasize. The sentence keeps the same meaning but highlights the book as the main topic. Other rule, I choose the second, is passive voice. The sentence original is the teacher explained the lesson. Changing a passive voice, the lesson was explained by the teacher. In this case, the object, the lesson, becomes the subject of the new sentence, and the verb changes form to was explained. In this case, in past participle with auxiliary. Movement rules help us transform sentences while keeping them grammatical correct. In English, we use them for question, passive voice, emphasis, and stylistic purpose. Thank you, teacher. That is all.